Hello. Hello again, Twitch. Welcome back to Chill Maths. Thought I'd do some maths. I don't really talk like that. What am I saying? Hi everyone. I forgot to tell you I was missing last week. It was very rude of me. I wasn't here last week because I was doing the maths festival. Really good fun. We have loads of people visit, also from the local area. We just do loads of maths activities. Really good fun. How's everyone doing? You all right? I just can see Mountain Ash and Herb in chat, so it's nice to see people as well. Now, Twitch tells me I'm unstable. That might just go away. We'll see if that goes away. Maybe it's just a comment on my kind of like, I don't know, streaming style. Herb's revising physics. It's something that can happen to you, isn't it? Hey, cool. How you doing? So I'm doing a bit of two things at once. I knew this would happen sooner or later, but we're clashing exactly with a Formula One race, which sometimes I would have on the radio. I don't think I'm allowed to do that on this sort of stream. I've got a timing tower. We got a copyright infringement thing on the main channel at work because I played a bit of Eurovision music. I didn't think anyone was going to copyright claim a Eurovision song, but I was wrong. We got a copyright claim. It's not a strike. It just told us that we had to delete that bit of the audio of a live episode. So the recording is now a bit weird, and I've learnt my lesson. I've had a tiny slap on the wrist about not using other people's music. Well, Taurus, I've got I've got a Pasheen mug today, which is cute. Has caps on. I can't remember if I've shown you this mug before. It's a Taurus, as we all know. It was a nice bit. It's in some sense still in the video. I won't play it again, but one of the options YouTube gave us was to subtract the audio of the music because I talk over it a little bit. So they offered to use AI automatically to subtract the music, and it didn't quite work, and I thought that was funny. So that's the option I went for, which is just a sort of weird AI mess as a result. So if you want to see something weird, then YouTube's impression to subtract music from another thing. I'm not really sure how it would do that. I mean, I can sort of tell, right? So you have like your waveform of like music. You have like music plus talking over the top, and you want to just sort of subtract the music and hope that that equals talking, with the music magically cancelling out. And I know that's a thing in theory, right? You have the exact waveform of what the music really sounds like, and you add on exactly negative music, but it doesn't really feel like it would. It doesn't really feel like it would work. I mean, I know noise cancelling headphones exist, so I guess that's a thing. Mary was there live. Don't know what happened next. Yeah, then we talked about Fibonacci numbers for quite a while. It was a fun episode. Motivated entirely by Eurovision song lyrics. I was wrong, by the way. In the episode I claimed that was the only one that had maths lyrics in, and then the winning entry turned out to make reference to binary numbers. So you know, maths, all your lyrics. Anyway, Herb's going to do the science experiment. No, inspired by earlier this week, we had a guest on the stream. Alice was on the stream from Computer Science. Alice told us about the utilities problem, which, if you haven't seen the utilities problem before, works like this. You have three houses. Alice, slightly better at drawing houses than me. So I'm going to represent my three houses with 3 points, and not houses at all. 3 points that are houses, and 3 points that are utilities. 2, 3. And you would like to connect all of the houses to all of the utilities, but without crossing any of the lines. And it turns out that this is impossible. You can't do this without crossing some lines over. So I've managed to join. I don't know why I've gone round the right hand side for all of these, but the way I've tried to do it, I've ended up where I can't connect this last utility to the last one. I was kind of greedy, I suppose, and I didn't plan ahead. But also it is not plain armour. This is not planar. Planar would be if I could draw it, including this one, without crossing any lines. But no, not okay. What I know though is that Matt Parker sells a mug on Mathsgear. Let's find the thing. This should probably go in like a further reading notes or something. But I know that Matt Parker sells this mug because the joke is that this puzzle is impossible on the surface of a sphere or on a flat Miro board, but on a torus, something with a handle like a mug or a donut. Yeah, I don't think people say planar. I think people say that it can be embedded in a torus. So I wanted to show you how to do that, and then maybe try and put more exotic graphs onto a torus. I don't know. You kind of first attempt to put so this graph's called K33 for short. The K stands for complete because it's in some sense got all of the edges, and the 3 says there are 3 houses and 3 utilities, 3 things below, 3 things above that need to be connected. Ah, there's the link. Wait, is this different? Is this a different one? That's great. I didn't see that at all. And then the question there is, how many holes does this mug have? Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, and it's got 2 more utilities and 2 more houses on the back, so that you can do K55. You've got this on. Oh, look at that. You can still put T in it. Oh, I really want this. Not sponsored by Mathsgear. Not commissioned from Mathsgear. I reckon that's Genus 3 as well. No, wait. What do I think? I think it's Genus 2. Yeah, I think it's Genus 2. The thing is, it's got a second handle. The thing I'm imagining is that you take this inside bit and you pull it, around. Yeah, you pull it around so that it's going around the top, and then you knock it over to the side, and then you wiggle it around a bit. It'll be another handle. So I think this is just a second handle. Well, that's higher dimension. I think this might be unnecessary though. Hang on. 2 more houses and 2 more utilities. Problem that can only be solved. Okay, right. Spoilers for what I was about to do, I think. Whoop, there we go. Okay. A good stationary cup with a divider. Whoa. No clue if it's microwave safe. Yeah. Sometimes the things printed onto stuff sometimes mean, yeah, you gotta be careful, haven't you? I've tried never to get water in my Klein bottle because I know people like to fill them with water, but then it's incredibly difficult to dry it out or to get all of the kind of moisture out of it. So I've tried to avoid that by never filling with water, which is a shame. It's one of the things that people do with them, isn't it? Right. So first off, let's try and put K33 on a torus. That seems like a good starting point. And then I think what we just saw with this extra handled mug is that they had 2 extra utilities. So I want to see if we can put K44 maybe on a torus. And then K55 I think we might have to put on a double torus maybe. And I want to try and show you what that actually looks like. So the challenge with these mugs that Mathsgear are selling is that you have to sort of draw it onto the surface. But topologies deforming surfaces as well smoothly. So there's no reason why we just have to interact with the kind of awkward corners of or awkward nooks and crannies of an actual mug. So here's the model that people normally use for a torus. I can't remember if we've talked about this before, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm also going to set this to a reasonable zoom level. There we go. It's a bit better. So the model people usually use for a torus, we must have talked about this. I don't mind saying it again. I'm going to say it again. But the model people usually use for a torus is something like this. You start with a square, and you imagine joining this edge to this edge, people normally draw arrows on to show that those edges are going in the same direction when you glue them together, that you are not doing a kind of Möbius loop thing where you twist it around. Yeah, people normally mention asteroids and stuff. And then maybe you mark this one to show that you're also going to join the top to the bottom. And then the kind of thing to imagine is that if you made this out of a very stretchy material or something, that as you join those edges together, you'll roll it up into this kind of, you'll gradually bend maybe the left and the right round like this until you get to the point where you have connected them. In progress picture here. All the action is happening behind the scenes. Whoops, not my best work. There we go. And then you sort of stick those bits of the back together to get a cylinder. And then identify the top and the bottom. People say identify or glue. And the way to imagine that, I suppose, is to imagine bending this round. There's a slightly tricky thing there, that when I'm doing this sticking, I'm not twisting it either. At this stage, if you put a twist in, you get the climb bottle. But I'm trying to make a torus instead, which means I don't want to twist. I want this back edge to join up with that back edge, which is what you get if you do it full, like all the way around. I don't know, I think I over talked for that bit. I imagine this sort of thing. Not my best picture at all. In fact, really quite a bad picture. To bend this round like this until perfectly you end up with the letter C, which you may close up to be a donut. I don't know, I feel like I was better at drawing donuts a moment ago. I'm going to have another attempt. Very happy donut. Yeah, this one, I didn't quite nail that picture. I think I was supposed to put more of a kind of bit like that. I don't really understand. Drawing shapes is hard. Anyway, so people normally don't work on this kind of picture of a donut at all. People normally work on kind of this picture of a donut, where you remember that the edges are joined up. This lets you do fun stuff. So for example, if you want to solve the utilities problem on a torus, I've got my 3 houses, I've got my 3 things that I want to connect to. Time to start joining things up. So maybe I'll do something really silly like this to connect these things to each house to the utility directly opposite it, and then maybe I'll connect them down like this, and then to connect to this one, maybe I'll go off the bottom. When you go off the bottom, you come back on the top. Connect that one up, and then I still need to connect this one to that one down there, which feels impossible because it's kind of miles away. I suppose I could go round like this, but I think I'm going to go left for fun. Yeah, let's send all of these left. Yoop. So I haven't connected this bottom one up to the top yet. Yep. I can send this one off the top to join up to here, and this one off the top to join up to here. I've tried to do that systematically because, yeah, it's got a bit art stream, hasn't it? I've tried to do that systematically because I haven't done it very well, but there's a way to slightly tidy this up. So if I'm trying to do it sort of symmetrically, there's a way to tidy this up that I've seen someone else do very convincingly. It comes from, I guess I kind of wanted these edges in different colours, didn't I? So to tidy this up a bit, I think what you can do is recognise that these are squares. Yeah, they have to have an even number of sides, right? So this this shape, like this bit, has to have an even number of corners because the corners alternate green and purple. And I think these ones, where do they go? They go up and they connect to, are they squares or are they weird sort of hexagon things? I've confused myself. Oh gosh, I don't like it. I think there's a way to do this with parallel lines. Do you think I've connected them wrong? Or they're not? Yeah, I think I've connected them wrong, haven't I? I think I might have done this bit on the right wrong. Can I have another go at the bit on the right? Before I erase it, let's just check I've done it wrong. So this went off left. It was already connected to this one and that one. It was supposed to hit the middle one. Went off the left, and then it went to the top. I already had it connected to the top. Okay, so that was wrong. Backtrack. Thanks for playing along in chat. What was I doing? I was trying to connect. Okay, so the bottom one was already connected to the bottom one, and via the looping around the top way, connected to the top utility. Let's go off the left because it wants to connect to this one. And similarly, this one wants to connect here, and this one wants to connect up the top. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Yeah, so I can kind of... let's check I've done it right now. So middle one is connected to this one, and if you go off the edge, the top one. Mountain Ash is happier now. Good, I'm happier too. If you're following the Formula One, Verstappen is 2.5 seconds ahead at the front, so I might stop following the Formula One. It's Imola, isn't it? Imola's going to be Imola. Right. The idea is that, well, like a sort of side-scrolling video game, you can move things across and they come back on the other side, which is a bit like rotating this drum-shaped thing. And if I do that, then some of these things could maybe turn into straight lines, and this could maybe be quite nice. I'm not sure. I haven't really matched these points up at all, have I? This one's here. One is there. Okay, I'm going to go back to think about what shape the regions are. Wish me luck. Have I only got 4 corners or 6 or something? That's how we're going to do this. So over here, I've got this region, which has got, bear with me, it's got 6 corners. It's a hexagon. It's a hexagon. It's got 6 corners. It's a hexagon. There's 3 of them meeting at each corner. So the kind of correct way to draw this is hexagons, I think. Well, correct. Topology, all of these things are the same, but I think what I've actually drawn is a weird, distorted version of a nice thing. So new plan, try to redraw that nicely. This is attempt 1. Masterpiece. And over here is going to be attempt 2. Wherever I think for attempt 2, I start by drawing a hexagon. And I guess I'm going to alternate the colours on my hexagon. Should I draw the hexagon grid first and then colour it in? Not sure. We'll see how this works out. Nice large hexagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing hexagons because after sort of walking off the side and coming back in again, I realised this maybe has 6 corners and there's 3 things meeting at a point. I should try and make this so that maybe it looks a little bit prettier. Might reveal something about what's going on. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. Art stream. So I think the challenge here is to dodahedrons or fast. Yeah. So Euler's formula mentions, right? Euler's formula gives you some relationship between edges and faces and vertices, and something to do with whether you're on a flat plane or a torus, or a sphere, or something else. The formula that I saw everyone tell me at work on Thursday is this thing. Vertices, so it's a planar thing where you can point at the faces, planar, so that you have bounded regions and no weird crossings. You count the vertices, you count the edges, you count those faces, those regions, and you get 2 for a sphere. But you get 0 for a torus. Which is a bit weird. You're always going to say donut. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm trying to switch it up. I'm trying to do both. All things for all people. Let's see. So I'm going to hard commit to some of these lines. There might be an attempt 3 coming. But I think what I want to draw is this rather beautiful picture of hexagon, and then lines going off like this at beautiful 120-degree angles. And I haven't quite worked how this is going to match up. I think I know. I think these have got to turn up at the right places, Like, in a sense, I've got to draw the square in the right place. Hello, Thrice Shy. Good to see you. I'm trying to work out how to draw hexagons perfectly on the surface of a torus. I don't remember really how we got here, but trying to get hexagons nicely on a torus. I suppose the challenge is then to build the torus or something, but we'll see. Okay, I'm happy with the right-left side matching up. That makes sense. I haven't got there with this top bit yet, have I? Because really I want this to come back over here. At the moment it does not. How can I get around that? How can I get around that? So I can either deform my lovely pink lines, or I can try and draw the box a bit different. Or maybe, is there a way to do this with some sort of... So I don't have to use a square. Really nice way to draw the bounding box of my torus to show you. This is like a patch of a football with no pentagons. That'll annoy Matt Parker. A football with no pentagons because we're on the surface of a torus. How do I want to draw this? I liked this bit where it's kind of going off the edge. Not quite sure how I want to do the stop bit. Kind of, if that's the corner. Attempt form. It's kind of attempt 4, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, because there was an erased one. Oh, yeah, now I've rubbed out the outside of this. Kind of want to cut the corners a little bit so that this bit can go. I don't want to connect this one to here. I want this one to go off the top. Why have I made this so hard for myself? What am I doing? Yeah, I've maybe overthought this. Yeah, there's some accounting going on, which means I'm thinking really hard so that I don't have to hit an attempt 3. Where's this corner go? What's that joined up to? I mean, all these corners are the same, right? No, yes. Because nearby, you have a kind of quarter circle here, and then when you go off the edge, you come back here, and then you go around, and you keep doing your quarter circle. You go off the top, you get that bit of the circle, and then you get this bit. All the corners are the same. So if I have a corner point somewhere, it's all the same. Maybe I do want these to be the same. I'm worried I'm moving a problem to the edges or the corners before I draw this bit in. I don't want 4 lines going into a corner because then they're crossing. Genuine moment where I can't tell if I'm being really, really stupid or not. Genuine confused. Where does it come back? No, what? No, because that would join to a green thing. So it's... Look, I'm going to draw something that's kind of orthogonal to everything. And then work it out afterwards. And then do I want to go across here? Not really. I think I will be. So I've drawn some sort of crazy octagon. With the idea being that which things are identified? A tricky question. Not that one to there. This one. So I definitely want this stuff where you go off here to come back over here. That's like something I want more than anything else, really. That's going to be right. Stick A to A. And then I think I want, does this work if I go, oh gosh, I might put it on a Klein bottle or something weird by mistake. might have. No, there's definitely a way to do this. I'm just being daft. Okay, back to attempt one. Back to attempt one. It's not matching up the way I wanted to look because it's going reversey. What's this? Yeah, I think I've embedded K33 into a Klein bottle by mistake. So when you have a hexagonal lattice, it doesn't do it doesn't do translational symmetry in the way that I kind of wanted it to. Right, because half the hexagons are different. And I think I'm being silly, but also, oh no, what have I done? I don't know, it's good. I like it a lot. Okay. So can I go back to this one and get a different, prettier embedding by doing these as more sort of straight lines? Because at the moment they came off the side, they went back in. So if I have these at some sort of nice angle, can I make that good? Let's find out. I suppose I can move these around as well. Perhaps the limiting factor is my ability to draw. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, okay, so it's going to go up by 1 unit. It's going to go up by 1 unit. Yeah, what's your base? Yeah, okay, so I want to make all these straight lines, I think. Because this is going to go off and then come back. Oh, but it comes over here. And then there. And then there. That's not too bad. And then these ones go this way. Still not very good, but I think I'm getting there. Okay, so if I was going to draw this in Desmos or something, then what would I do? I would move these up half a step, I think. Yeah, I would move these up half a step. So choosing where to put the points is part of the fun. So if I do some sort of great embedding like this, where these are out by half a step, now I can join them in a nice symmetric way like this. So it looks like a more pleasing kind of zipper line. I suppose I'm identifying, so I would join this to here, and its mirror image is down here somewhere. So I think I want to cut off repeating patterns, repeating patterns. And then if I do this just right, this could join to the one that's actually over here, which matches that one. Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting there, chat. I'm not explaining well at all what I'm doing, but I think I'm getting there. What do I want? I want a Desmos. I saw some diagrams once that had, they made this look so straightforward by just using straight lines. I just want to try and create that, I think. Okay, so Desmos time. Love Desmos. What do I want? So I want a kind of split screen thing here with the diagram I'm trying to draw and Desmos on this side. Let's do this. Let's go. So, what is this going to be? I would like the points. So I'd like a bunch of red points and a bunch of blue points, or green and purple, or whatever. And because of the kind of periodic nature of this torus thing, I can use integer arrays, I think. Do something clever anyway. Well, let's one step at a time. One step at a time. Let's start by going. Let's start by putting any dots on the screen at all. There are some dots. Good. We turn off the axis. Oh, let's turn everything off. That'll be good. I like a challenge. Right. And then I've got a second color, where I want to sort of add those by 1 or half. So these kind of out by half. And now I want to start drawing some connecting lines to have something like y equals x over 2, but add to that 0, 1, 2, dot, 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 5 or something for some connecting lines, and show me that between 0 and 1 to join them up like that, and then show me some lines going down the other way. It's turned out that the lines are green. Hang on, let's fix that. I've got green and purple points and red lines. That's all right. Okay. And the idea is I'm going to draw a box around, when I'm done, I'm going to draw a box around just 3 of each and have them all nicely connected. So I think I want, yeah, here's the weird thing, right? Can I connect it? I've got some kind of spare connections, because what I could do next is draw. So I could send this one over to this one could go from minus 0.5 to 0.5 to go a little bit further. Oh no, that's terrible. I hate that so much. I kind of want to show it coming off one side and coming back in the other side. So it needs to go further on both directions. There we go. Yeah, am I done? So then actually only show me 3 of these things, which means I type the number 2. But for the red lines, I would like quite a lot, I think. Okay, and then you go off and you come back on the other side. So I'm going to try and draw a box onto this picture. I'm going to keep lots of red lines, which are looking quite nice, and think about the structure that's going on there. So I'll keep lots of red lines, but try and draw a box around the bit with 3 of each, so 3 houses and 3 utilities, which I do like this. X is minus 0.5, X is 0.5, no, 1.5 on that side. There, okay. I want these to be, I guess, black lines for the outside. Nice. And then Y is, oh my goodness, minus 0.5. I should not have turned the axes off. That was a needlessly complicated thing to do. Not sure I mean 0.5. 2.5 over here. Not sure I mean that. That's not very elegant because one of my utilities is right on the edge. How do I fix that? Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? The height of this thing is 3 units, so I can just shuffle this up a bit. A clever thing to do would be to have a constant there. This would be c plus 3. Oh, what's it done with the c? Why is that a thing? Different letter of the alphabet. I don't know what you've done. Okay, look, forget it. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done. Good. Having a wonderful time there. Oh, now it's kind of going off the corner as well. Maybe there's no good place to draw this. Oh, I should draw this at an angle. 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 So that thing, but plus 3. Okay, draw those in black as well. Okay, I think this is my picture. But I want to turn off to make the point. I want to turn this off. Not that. I'll keep that on. I'll turn this other sort of light. Yeah, this one. Just keep those going and have lots of them. And I kind of want lots of these as well. So this thing's supposed to repeat, right? As you go off the side, you get this repetitive structure to things, where it repeats in that direction as well. That's a little bit tricky for me to do in Desmos because Desmos is not very good at arrays of things, in 2-dimensional arrays that go off in different directions. You can do it. It's a bit hacky. I'm going to draw a couple more of them, but essentially I want these things translated to the right by 2 units. I want to make those black lines quite a lot thicker. Yeah. Okay, right. Not those ones, the other ones. Negative gradient, but just for a little bit. And we're going to translate that to the right by 2 units. Welcome if you just joined us on Twitch. We're doing, I have no idea what we're doing, but hey, it's going reasonably well. Okay, that's kind of interesting. We just don't quite know what it is. Maybe it will become clear once we've made it. Nothing that makes sense, does it? Right, okay. I want to make all the lines thicker so that I can see what I'm talking about. And then I promise I'm going to try and explain what the hell I'm drawing. Here we go. And these points are important, they need to be huge. What's a good thickness? 20? That's quite large. We'll go with 20. I kind of want to parallelise that as well. Oh, this is quite nice. There you go. Okay, so they are hexagons. And do I want to... So I think I want to set this up as a repeating pattern to just sort of keep going a bit, which is slightly awkward to do. But yeah. Oh, Mary says save. Yeah, okay. Quick save. I'm going to take it over to here to save because it wants me to sign in. I have forgotten my password. I'm going to save in a second. Once I remember my Desmos password, it's fine. It's not going to crash, is it? It's not going to crash. Okay. Here's the nice thing that we've got. It's not a square model of a torus. It's a diamond-shaped model of a torus or a parallelogram or something, but that's fine. You need to imagine this top edge up here is glued to this bottom edge. Again, topology. If you like, you can straighten it one out first before you make it into a torus. Glue the top edge and also glue the left edge to the right edge. And then you'll find you've got 3 green dots, 3 purple dots. Each green dot is joined neatly to a purple dot, or 2 in the obvious way, and 1 that goes across your sticking. So, this is the thing that I've not done well. If I connected it, in fact, to the wrong one. What's the attempt to count at? What's the attempt to count at? How many times will I do this? Oh, it's so wrong. Oh dear. Murderous maths topology. Found a thing to do at home in a book. Tried doing it. Not even with BlueTack though. It's remended BlueTack. Totally fails because bobbles are not as malleable as needed. And topology is not real life. TLDR. Topology is weird. Yeah. Matanash, I've done something daft with topology. I have connected 3 utilities, but not correctly. Do not get me to connect your electricity. Oh no. What was I even trying to do? What was I trying to do? Oh dear. Okay, so maybe my mistake was when I put these top lines at an angle. I kind of respected the gradient too much, because actually I want this to connect to this point over here. I do want to I want to identify them like a rectangle. So my mistake at the moment is that I'm identifying. I've gone to the effort of slanting it, and then I've stuck it together with the slant, so it just falls back to not being good. What I need to do is to adjust the instruction I'm giving people about how to stick this together. And I've got to really thread the needle here on putting that. So it's that top limit that I was not sure about. I really want to adjust that constant. Can I have a slider for C? Yeah? Is this going to work? Yeah, good. Okay, -0.5. I want something like this. But not that number. Yeah, so I want to stick it together something like this. Okay, so you look at the black rectangle. And now things are connected correctly. Because, for example, this one is clearly connected to these green ones. But if you go off the... Oh my goodness, is it still wrong? Is it still wrong? This is sent to test me. This is sent to test me. The connections are wrong, aren't they? Are the connections wrong? What am I even doing? I have no idea what I'm doing, chat. I think I'm learning. Because I found something I clearly can't do. Yeah. If you're playing along at home, or if you've just joined, we've put the utilities problem on a Taurus and solved it, and then decided that our solution was quite ugly, and we're trying to find the prettiest possible solution. Along the way, the criteria for that are perhaps the straight lines look nice, but you still got to solve the problem. So the prettiest solution should still solve the problem. Otherwise people look at you funny. You've got this nice mess of straight lines, but no longer solution. What was I trying to do? So these ones that go off the edge, they are, let's get rid of this chunk. Focus a little bit. These ones that go off the edge, they are supposed to be connecting me not to the one just above, because I'm already connected to that one, but the one kind of two above. Two above, because I'm not connected. I'm not connected to this one down here. So has this got to be a different gradient? It's a bit sad. Let's go attempt 8. Attempt 8. Okay, so backing up a little bit. These things are going to stay between like that. These things are going to stay in some region like this. And we're going to do one more sort of red line. It's going to be from here. It's got to get up 2 units. Why is that x over 2? Because it's going half a unit. I want something that's got, sorry, gradient 3 over 2x. Yeah, something like that. That's connecting a green line with a purple line in an interesting way. The only problem is that I don't want the middle bit of that line. I want the outside bit of that line and the way it loops around, maybe? What is going on? So not with that, but something like this. Something like this. So that this purple goes up here, whip over the top, and then connect to the bottom thing here, which is the one it wasn't previously connected to. But I want to go around the kind of long way. So I want this in between minus 0.5 and 0, and I want it between 1 and 1.5, I think. I've now made a kind of Desmos version of the not great picture that I had before, I think. I think we've got towards something that is now kind of a solution to the problem we were doing, because look, this purple one is connected to green, green, and via the long way around, up and then in, green over here. This purple one's clearly connected to the bottom ones, and you go around, it's connected to here. And then I have other things. Hi Zoe Magosh. Hi Zoe. It's alright, I'm trying to do a topology thing. Topology, you get a lot of deformation and you can deform things, and I'm trying to make things look pretty. I'm trying to deform them so they look neat and tidy. I'm on attempt about 8. But it's not. I'm not giving up yet. Okay. Really tough question. Can I make this look nice? Can I make this look nice? It's not bad, is it? It's a bit wonky. Like the angles. What I would really like is for this to be sort of line that goes perfectly through here, hits green, hits purple, and then keeps going. I can probably do this from first principles if I really think about it. It's probably what I'm supposed to do, is to think about what I want the gradient of the line to be, rather than just doing this kind of mad guessing and moving things. It kind of feels like I want to move the pebble points up a bit. Up a bit. Let's throw some extra ones in. I kind of want to move the purple points up a little bit so those are straight lines. Now, if I was really clever, I would be able to do this in a couple of lines of like magic. I'm not that clever, so I'm going to do it in many lines of nonsense using my favourite slider, which is A. Okay, we're going to set A to 0 to start off with. So this is going to nudge the purple points up and down until it looks perfect. Yeah, changing gradients affects it in no way. That is correct topologically. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, you're right. So what is this going up by? It's going up by a half and then by 3 halves. And it'd be so much nicer if it went up by 1 and then another 1. So if I just add... But that would be too nice, right? That'd be too nice if it was just all the way up here. It's gone up by 1/2 to get to that weird point that I put offset, and then it's gone up by 3/2 overall to go over there. That's 2 total, so it should just be going 1 and 1. I've invented... Right, hang on. I think I've gone to a lot of effort to just do something that I could have done with this. Lines of gradient 1. Lines of gradient 1 and a few lines of gradient 0. A few of these. Okay, this one's going to look amazing. This is going to be great. I've got high hopes. Probably misplaced high hopes, but you know, gotta be optimistic. So right, okay, so behind the scenes, this one. Yeah, I want these. These are going to be going just constants. And is like that. Just constants. And then these ones, are they going to connect correctly? I'm not really sure. So the idea is that maybe if I add some constants here. I'm not really sure what constants I want. Like these maybe? If I add some constants like this and put in my green and purple points, then it might just all magically be connected correctly. So green and purple points at 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 or something. Hey, it needs to do green this time. Will it notice do purple? Yay! We worked out the Desmos code. Hello, Gabriel Roby 4. We're connecting every green to all 3 of the purples and every purple to all 3 of the greens. It's called the utility problem. There is that you've got 3 houses and 3 utilities. You're trying to connect everything without any lines crossing, and you can do this on a torus. The model of a torus that I'm using is a kind of rectangle where the edges are identified. The top and bottom like Pac-Man, and the left and right like Pac-Man. You have to say both, I guess. Chat, what is going on? I think I'm about to make the same mistake again, right? Only this time funnier. Always up for making the same mistake but funnier. I've got this picture, which is not very good, but this is the best we've got right now. For a rectangle, where best is a bit much. A rectangle where each green dot is connected to a purple dot, but sometimes you have to go off the edge. This purple dot is kind of the same as this one in a kind of mirror universe down here, which is one way to think about Pac-Man, right? Then when you go off the top of the screen, a mirror universe Pac-Man comes in from the bottom. Yeah. Some more y equals minus x lines. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What am I doing? What am I doing? I just thought if I moved it up a tiny bit, it would look nicer. Can I do something like select all of this and move it all up? Oh, no. Where would that go? 1/2, and then 3 halves. And the same size, so it should be gradient 1. going to do it. It's not going to be good TV though. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to throw some lines in, and then rearrange them. Color coding is important. Why does that look like such a mess? Because it's also got these in. So that was offset by half, but I think it should be gradient 1 so that that can be then gradient. Just trying to get all the way up there. So then to get all the way up there, over here. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Okay, I've drawn my guidelines on, and I'm just going to try and do it. Red line to join some dots. And then the trick is going to be to get the bounding box right. So I was not aiming for a green point here because that would be this. I've lost it again. I just can't see it. Can't see it, so I can't do it. What is going on? Yeah, this is good, right? This is good. This is good. This is good. But I cut it off at... Does this give me the effect I want? This purple point is already connected to green and green here. And if I go off the top, it will connect to that one. Yeah, this is exactly the effect I want, I think. That's the amazingly quick caveat. I want some lines like this. I want some lines that go across. That looks like almost enough lines. And then top limit at 2.5. Lower limit at minus 0.5. X is minus 0.5. Chat, I think we're doing it. Chat is X is 1.5. Chat is more than 1.5. Okay, and then that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Then you've got a rectangle. So that I think is my rectangle. Turn the grid off. Turn the axes off. Make points large. Attempt 11. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, is this a solution? Green point joins to purple, joins to purple, and via this loop around thing joins to this purple point here. I think it's working. Top green point is joined obviously to this purple one, and then weird portal stuff going off the left here is joined to the second one down, and going off the top here is joined to the bottom one. That's nice. We might have lost count of the attempts. That's better. I think we might be there. Because now my plan is to try and clone this and to try and extend it so that we look at all the parallel universes of what's going on and see the brilliant kind of rectangular kind of hexagon kind of structure that's going on. And then if I'm very brave, we try and make it look more like hexagons, but maybe not right now. That's right. I'm still trying to do the hexagons. I'm still trying to understand what was going wrong there. Let's go. Okay, so a bit of cloning, because I want these to be like sort of an infinite grid of things rather than just the 3 that you can see. So there's copies of them up there as well. I also want to do exactly the same as attempt 1. Yeah. It's attempt 1, but nicer. Attempt 1 has got all these wobbly stuff going on. It's a little bit nicer. And if I draw it really well, then it's on decimals now. Yeah. I think I've got to aim for something that I'm happy with. And then when I'm happy with the diagram, I think I can walk away happy. Right, okay, the horizontal lines, those are these right up here. I want loads of those. So not just 0, 1 and 2. I want loads. Maybe I shouldn't be hard coding 5, but 5's a lot. 5's a lot. Okay, and I kind of want to clone everything to the right as well. That's a little bit harder. It's not in an important way, just, wow, this is going to happen a lot, isn't it? I'm going to have to get the colours right, stuff like that. And it's not copying over the incredible size changes that we did. It's like this. Okay, but then some of the red lines I think are easy to copy across. So this, I just need to change the limits over here, like this. So now you're starting to see more of the structure of how the green and purple points repeat from world to world. And what do I want to do next? I want to take these red lines, the ones with positive gradient. Excitingly, I think they can just carry on with no limits. I say exciting, you know, like that. That's a bit better. So it's quite similar to this one, but less of a mess. And we had this at one point, right? And I convinced myself it didn't work. So, so what's going on? Am I going round and round in circles? Have I gone off one edge and come back on to the same place? Already been here. Definitely seen this picture before. Let's check it's still a solution. Right, so I was really worried about all these lines going to corners, but maybe I got too worried. What have I got? Purple point is joined to green and green, and if you go off this corner to green, this purple point is joined to green and green. If you go off the edge, it's joined to, if you go off the edge, it's joined up here. This bit becomes this bit. I guess it's connected clearly to this one, which is a copy of that one. And this kind of extended universe way of looking at it makes it more clear where the hexagons are. There's a hexagon. Oh, I should put more barriers in as well. I guess this is 3.5. Yeah, I should maybe have used twice as large a grid or something. And I should put in just for looking at it. Y limits there are 3. Yeah, it's 3x2 rectangle. Yeah, it's a 3x2 rectangle. I don't know why I'm talking like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what a 3x2 rectangle is. Promise. Yay, tops. Okay, good. You can see the hexagons now. They're at an angle, so this is not the best view for hexagon viewing experience. But we've got some hexagon stuff going on. So maybe I could start to think about how the edges are joined together. Yeah. So your 7-colour torus might have some layout like this. Long hexagons. So I think this has got to be 7-coloured, by the way. I think this is the... I think it's likely this needs to be 7-coloured. The kind of central hexagon. And then I think probably all of its neighbours need to be different colours. I think everything's connected. Everything's near everything else, right? There's only 6 corners and every hexagon is using the same 6 corners. Weird question then, how many hexagons are there in this picture? You can kind of work it out from V minus E plus F, right? But 6 versus 9 edges. Is it 3 hexagons in the picture? Something like that. I should not try to colour this in. Colouring in Desmos is never good. Let's try to colour it in Paint. So hard question, how many hexagons are there? Because if you start trying to colour them in like this, then you have to agree that this top bit, where it goes round, that's also blue. And then so this bit is blue. This is like the top of the same hexagon that's gone off the top of the picture. And then, I suppose there's maybe 2 more to go. So this one goes off the top and is here, and then goes off the side and is here, and then there's a kind of one last one like that. So there's only 3 hexagons. if you like, the number is, there are 6 vertices, there are 9 edges, because that's 3 squared in the utility problem, 3 things, 23 things. Each of those, okay, 3 squared. And the faces is 3, 6 take away 9 plus 3, v minus e plus f is 0. Which is not the same as it would be on a sphere. So this is kind of like a map of how you make a, I don't know why I said it would be 7 coloured. It is 3 coloured because there are in fact only 3 regions. Other graphs exist where you need 7 colours. Anyway, not in colouring. Cameo appearance by Microsoft Paint. Still want to understand these hexagons though, and in particular I want to understand where to draw my edges around a hexagon. Not quite sure I'm going to understand that. Can I draw? Yeah, so something I've never really thought about, that maybe this is a good chance to think about it. Can I draw these bounding boxes at an angle as well? Does it still work if I draw the bounding boxes at an angle? I did kind of try to think about this earlier when I was making loads of mistakes. But if I draw these vertical lines at an angle to match the slant of the lines that I've got, then it'll kind of be lined up with the hexagons, and maybe that'll be nice. The only truly valid graphing calculator, that's very good. Okay, so instead of having these, the slightly mad plan is that I draw lines that are at angles and then check whether my solution actually works or not. I'm going to draw everything on a weird angle just to try that out, and then hopefully if this works it gives us hexagons, which would be nice. So I've got to get this point just right. First try. And then things are symmetric. It's a 2 by 3 rectangle, as I keep saying to myself. Okay, so hard question. Does this still work? Is this still connected? I think this is still good. So screen point is connected to these 2 purple ones. There we go, off the bottom. Oh no, it's no longer working. Okay, good to know. Yeah, good to know. You can't just stick it together like this. The region where you draw the rectangle matters, or how you draw the rectangle matters. Because as it currently stands, I've got green jointer. I'm not respecting the colours as I go over. I want to draw my rectangle. I've got to make sure that all my rectangles are the same. And this kind of parallelogram I've drawn with the slant of the picture isn't the same, because it's got green in the lower left over here, and the next one up here has got purple in the lower left. So I'm not connecting. I'm connecting at the moment a house off the top to another house, which is not what I want. Okay, I think this is the problem I was having with the hexagons as well. So I have gone off this idea. I'm going to go back to vertical lines. Nothing to see here, just vertical lines. In all of the wrong places, but we're doing our best. Okay. Vertical lines, correct solution. I wonder why I can't do that as a deformation. Really feels like that should have worked. So kind of smoothly deform. Obviously, I could put a little bit of slant on the lines. Maybe going. You know, it's topology, right? I can do wiggly lines, and so long as I'm still sticking them together, everything's fine. Okay, don't think I fixed any hexagons. Good, right, okay. Oh wow, is that the time? Good times. Let's try putting K44 on a torus. That sounds like fun. So I've heard that this is possible, and I had one go at it, and it was really ugly. And then I looked up somebody else's solution, and it was really nice. Maybe I should just show you their solution. I will try and find their solution, so that I can credit them as well, I guess. Yeah, okay, here's the Stack Overflow thread that I wanted. Okay, so Stack Overflow is great. This person's got no upvotes because it's a homework question, and you're not, I think, not supposed to put homework on Stack Overflow. Anyway, never mind. They're trying to put K44 on a torus, and the top answer, or one of the top answers, is this thing, which I think I might have drawn as just being like, yeah, okay, just try and draw the dots and do wiggly lines and stuff. So this is the utilities problem where you've got 4 houses and 4 different utilities, but you can still make it work on a torus. I reckon I could have drawn this on the art stream. I like to think my artistic abilities could pull that off. They say they just mess around and paint. And then someone else says this, and then someone draws this brilliant picture. I'd really like to understand. Look at that, isn't that nice? Isn't that just really pro as well? They've got a kind of lattice at an angle, and they've drawn a box around it. And it's pointed at those 8 points. So right, okay, there are your utilities. Which is the sort of thing that I'm trying to draw, right? But they've got... Oh, I just thought this was really nice. I guess the only important thing about the torus is that you've had these kind of periodic boundary conditions. So their box matches this kind of bit where you go off the edge here, and you immediately get back on this side. So it's not a random rectangle, it's related to the kind of size of the grid in some sense. But yeah, it's just nice. So they've got squares, and they've said why. There's 4 cycles for their kind of units to go around. Yeah, I didn't understand the pattern suggesting itself either, but good job. Okay, so credit to JP26, approximately 10 years ago, for drawing this nice diagram. In their picture, the red things might be the houses, the green things might be the utilities. And there's not that many lines to draw. It's sort of weird that the solution I think I would have drawn looks like this. This is other solution, which just involves less effort or less ink on page. That's all quite elegant. Right, do I understand it though? Do I understand it? So this is 5 going to 1, 2, 4, and then it's got to get to 3 over here as well. So it's going to go off the top. And kind of this point here is also 3. In some sense. It goes 3, 7, 2, 8. All the faces are 4 cycles, so you get this nice structure. Is there a limit to like the number of utilities you can do this with? So that's a good question. The more utilities you want, you can't always fit them on the torus. You can't get K55, so 5 utilities, 5 houses. You can't embed that into a torus. But you can on a double torus. So a double torus is got 2 donuts smushed together. People sometimes draw them like this. Let's not do K44, we've just looked at somebody else's lovely solution for K44. People sometimes draw double donut like this. You draw a big kind of figure of 8 shape, and then this is the magic. If you draw one of these, it looks like a kind of 3D donut. People sometimes draw this. And the idea is that if you put 5 houses and 5 utilities on, there's some quite complicated way. That was 6 dots, wasn't it? There's some quite complicated way to join all of these things together, which is pretty tough. I thought it'd be fun to try and do this, not by looking up somebody else's solution, and also because I really want to introduce you to this model of the double torus. There's a model of one of these, like the square and the sticking the edges together. I can't quite remember how it works, but I'm going to try and work that out live. What could go wrong, right? So there's this way to do it with an octagon. that I used to know, but I'm going to try and rederive. How does this work? So it takes... maybe I should just look this up to save time. I'm kind of more interested in whether I can remember it, to be honest. There's something like these 4 faces get joined together in some way, and those 4 faces get joined together in some way to give you the 2 bits of the donut. There's an octagon for genus 2 instead of a square. Hi, Neutrino. We're learning topology a little bit. I'm about to break out this model of a double torus, or using an octagon, but I think for my own sanity I'm going to try and look it up at the same time. Octagon double torus. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Oh, that's an enrich thing. Yeah, okay. So the enrich article is amazing. It tells me exactly which edges to glue together, like IKEA furniture. So A goes to A. That's all right. I think we've made a kind of tube. And then B goes to B. So this is kind of like a torus so far, but we've got these missing bits. So if I try and imagine doing this so far, then what have I got? Oh, I've got some kind of missing bits. So far I've got a torus. But there are some edges on it that haven't been joined up yet. Okay, I think I've now got a torus, but somewhere on the torus, there's the edges of this octagon are on there somewhere. And okay, so maybe this is not a really good picture. Oh, is that a YouTube video of it forming together? That'd be nice. See if we can play that. Oh, am I going to get an advert? Yes, I am going to get an advert. Great. Let's play that over here. Oh, nice. It's an advert for flights. It would be amazing if this was just Rick Roll. Yeah, okay, we're going to do this. We've linked to this in a really several years ago on Maths Club, but what's this? It's in French as well. I love this video so much. So link in chat. Oh yeah, I was not going to draw this, was I? Is this even the same as the one I'm doing? I'm not sure this is the same way of identifying the edges. Anything could happen next, right? I could draw that. Yeah. My toxic trait is believing that I could draw this. Maybe not anymore. Okay, you've made a kind of sick skateboard ramp. Looks great. Yeah, definitely join those together. That's a great idea. And now it's got, yeah, these kind of sections of pipe that might get identified together. I'm very worried about that point at the top that's got so many corners meeting at it. I suppose ultimately maybe it has all the corners meeting at that point. Here they all come. It's very nice. Yeah, so the vertex probably all has to join together at that point, doesn't it? All the corners ending up in the same place. Good, right. Mostly topology recommendations. Some unusual things as well. Good. Wait, so is this enrich thing I'm looking at as well? Second screen. Glues things together like this. Oh, I see. I should have read on. And you end up with a donut with a hole, rhombus-sized shaped hole. Do I believe that? Yeah, because I guess this, before I thought these corners on a normal torus all end up at the same place, so it's kind of like cutting a hole in a torus. And then, do I believe this gluing idea? Yeah, this looks just about plausible. Yeah. Pi o'clock. Ooh, well done us. Huh. Okay. So I think I'm going to use this model from Enrich. And my challenge is going to have to be inside here somehow. Oh, this is going to be impossible. This is going to be really bad. I thought this would be good content. I think I'm regretting it already. And I haven't even quite stated the problem, which is, I think probably you could draw a load of lines in a real mess to connect all of this stuff together, like using all of the sides of stuff as well. But it would be a really horrible thing to actually do. Let's try it. Oh my goodness. This is a terrible idea. So it's not why anybody is. It's not what anybody wanted out of Twitch today. So okay, I've got to join this green one. I'm going to make a use of join A, like that. I've still got quite a lot of joining to do, but I've also got these portals on the left, right? On the left and right. So I guess I want to start using those. For example, this green point wants to join to, it's already connected to this purple one and that purple one, but it wants to join to all three of these. So I'm going to send 3 lines from here, off through here, and just deal with it on the other side. Here they come. It's now connected to all the utilities. And I want to send a point from this green one. It's connected here and here, but oh my goodness, it needs to connect to a couple of these things. Looking tricky. I could send something. Oh gosh, have I already cut myself off? Might have already cut myself off. That'd be fun. Yeah, good, cool. Maybe play this one. Maybe play this one at home. What am I doing? I'm gonna try and join the top one to some stuff just to get more lines in there, and then think about what I've done. It's a good idea, couldn't it? Would be quite nice. Oh, this is already impossible to view. Let's go around here, and then connect down here, and then also I want to connect the top one to this one. That's just a little bit higher, so that's not too bad. And I want to connect the top one to here, and I really can't see how I'm going to do that, like at all. I'm regretting a bit these 3 lines I drew off from C. I wonder whether maybe they should have looped around a bit more and done some more weird stuff. So this is motivated a tiny bit by seeing that Maths Gear is selling a mug that you can do. Which one's being the problem? No longer really sure how I'm gonna connect this thing in the middle to anything. If I go out this region, then I'm just sort of stuck between a pair of lines that both end up over here, kind of trapped. And in this region, kind of the same problem. So I think I've cut myself off a bit too much. And one of these I should have done something more fun, like sending it via B or something instead. Let's try that change. Because now it's a little bit more free around here to join this to some other stuff. This has still got to join to at least one thing, right? So that's mad. Should we try and get this one sorted? So it's currently connected to this one, that one, via the madness of everything. It's connected currently to the top one and to via this thing here, but not connected to the second one down. Let's go via B. Okay, great. There's still approximately 10 more to join. You do it on one side, you can do it on the other. Oh, Herb's not sure about this Maths Gear mug. Let's find the Maths Gear mug again. That sounds like more fun content. Maths Gear mug. Okay, I've got something in mind for the Maths Gear mug. So the second thing they've done is this kind of quite strange tunnel through. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's kind of tunnel. There's nothing kind of interesting going on with the tunnel, and if you look straight down it, you can see a tunnel. I mean, it's a weird profile that gets narrower in the middle. Somebody out there has got. Is it Herb who's got one of these? Still got the regular handle. I guess the question, I suppose, is. Yeah, so in general, what you're doing here when you add a handle is you have a kind of normal, or you have your previous surface, or whatever, that was minding its own business. I mean, maybe it was a donut, maybe it was just a flat disc, maybe it was a sphere or something. And the operation that you do is that you cut 2 circles out. So you remove 2 circles to be left with your space minus 2 circles, and then you glue those together. You identify those together. Doop, doop. In opposite directions or in the same direction? Does it matter? Probably. Now I'm thinking. Opposite directions? Opposite directions. Opposite orientations. Oh no, are we talking about orientable surfaces suddenly? I've got very worried. Yeah, no, I've got really scared about which way around anything is. Anyway, you take 2 circles and you glue them together. Maybe the direction's not as important as I'm making it out to be. I've actually got it, and it's full of paintbrushes. Yeah, so this is, I like Akkul's way of thinking about these objects. It's classic internet content. We're talking about how many holes things have got. The starting point, I'm afraid, has to be that just a beaker or a glass or a mug with no handles is just a kind of a flat circle. You can smush it down to be a flat circle. And then what you're doing when you put the first handle on is that you've picked 2 circles. Okay, they used to be on the side of the mug. You've picked 2 circles and joined them together with a handle or glue or whatever you like, which in our kind of flat world is like picking 2 circles and joining them together with a handle. And then the new thing that has happened is that a big circle over on this side and a big circle over on that side have been joined together. And okay, in this new case, they've been joined by a handle that's gone through the thing. I'm sure it's over, under, who cares? What's happened is that 2 circles have been removed and identified, like a new handle. So in some sense, this new thing that's going through the middle is just as much of a handle as the existing handle on the outside of the mug. You could hold it by the middle sort of thing, right? Up. I don't know, maybe you'd need quite small hands or something, but you could hold, that's a handle. And if you kind of turn it, if you imagine flattening out the mug bit of the mug so that it's kind of flat, then this bit in the middle, I could imagine that kind of curving up to look more like a handle with some curvature to it. So instead of being a kind of straight thing joining opposite sides, maybe once you've kind of flattened out the mug to have a look at this interesting bit on the inside, it's kind of like a handle. In the same way that one on the outside, you could also have it as a kind of handle. There you go, it is like a handle. Okay, now imagine the rest of it kind of falling away from the bit that you're holding. Okay, long story short, I think it's got 2 handles. I think it's a genus 2. Okay. 1 handle on the outside, 1 handle on the inside, but inside outside, not a real topology thing. Okay, so you've stuck a couple of handles on. It's weird that this is sort of the only thing you can do. Well, no, that's not quite true. You can also glue cross caps to things. Anyway, never mind. Is that true? Whatever. Still worried about this direction of the arrows. I'm really worried about making Klein bottles and then not knowing which way around things go. So my instruction about arrows is concerning, right? Because if your original space was non-orientable, maybe it was a Mobius strip with a twist around the back. If you started with a Mobius strip like this, then I tell you to join this circle to this circle. You sort of stick a handle onto your Mobius strip. Then I don't really know which way around your arrows are supposed to go. Yeah, it's not okay for me to be like a little ant in the plane, because if I'm a little ant here, top picture of an ant, really good. That's one of my proudest artistic achievements of the day, actually, is that picture of an ant. If I'm a little ant, and this one seems to be going around one way, but I could also walk around to the other side and then it's going around the other way. There's no sense in which it's got one direction or the other. Is there any sense they have opposite directions? No, because they have opposite directions from themselves. Ooh, tea time. Thanks for the redemption. Oh gosh, I upped the number of points that you needed for that. How many handles do pants have? So pants famously look like this, right? Okay, the two holes are normally. I think that podcast has content on this as well. But your trousers look like this, I think, except they normally have like some vertical stuff going on. It's not super interesting. That's kind of, trousers you've got. You can make trousers out of a disc that you cut two holes in. You probably can't actually do that. Is there a different way of thinking about this? Yeah, so I'm supposed to draw you some trousers that look like this, right? Like really cool trousers. Which does look a lot like it has three holes, but really it's kind of three, if you like, three bits of edge. Like a disc with two holes punched in it would have three bits of edge. 1, 2, 3. Right. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'll be back in a second for more topology fun. Desperately trying to learn some topology. Gabriel asked a really good question. Really good question about how far you can go with putting utilities problems with more and more houses and utilities onto more and more complicated surfaces. There's a cool result about this. I'm going to put it on the screen after the tea break. You might like to try and find it before I get back. What kind of maximum genus you can get away with on bigger space, higher genus space, more holes in your donut. 1 minute. Back in a second. If you see an ad, ads are supporting charity in quite a roundabout manner. If you care about donating to charity, then watching adverts on Twitch streams is maybe not the most direct way. But this stream, if it ever makes any money in some weird sense, is for charity. So good on you. Back in a second. What's going on in chat? People are talking about tea. Ooh. Maths Wikipedia is hard. Simplish or complex is the most made up and contradictory phrase they could have come up with. Oh, yeah, because it's called a simplish or simple and complicated at the same time. It's a generalization of triangle. I think they're on the Maths Club next week, so sneak preview of what Alice might be talking about next week. You want a prediction? No, wait. Oh, I don't know. I think I obviously can't, right? I think I obviously can't. Did you see? It's got 25 lines in. I have drawn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I am nowhere near. I'm nine lines to go. And it doesn't feel like I have any system for where to draw them. I'll draw a couple more in, I guess. Just to show willingness to this sort of thing. Also going to be able to check my answer at the end, which seems impossible. This one is not yet connected down there, so it's going to go in the correct colour. Going to go like that. 8 to go. How far is Verstappen winning by? Verstappen leads Norris by, not as much as before. Not quite a second. That sounds exciting. Oh, it's the end of the race. Is it over? Are they finished? If they're finished. Yeah, I just thought it was getting exciting over there in the Formula One tab, but no, they've definitely finished. Right. It is tempting to throw a few more lines in, isn't it? Spoilers if anybody was going to catch the F1 after this stream. I mean, a lot of competition for your time. I not talk about Formula One all the time. I thought I talked about Formula One constantly, to like an annoying extent. Enough that there was a period of time where basically everybody tried to set up joke Formula One usernames on Slido. Maybe that was a couple of years ago. I did talk about it in the first half of the stream, that's true. With like this stream, but I talk about it generally. Oh no, okay, I regret. This is never a good idea, by the way. This is never. Yeah, I think I'm not stuck. I don't think I can connect this thing to anything else. I don't think I'm doing this K55 puzzle. My model of a double donut is that loop on B. That was me getting that was me. I walked in. I realised I was in a kind of dead end. I went back out again, and then I realised I couldn't go anywhere else. Okay, I think this is technically possible though. Should we have a look online and see if anybody else has solved this? I mean, I mean, solved in the sense of drawn a pretty picture. We've seen some pretty pictures, haven't we? This is going to be quite hard to Google. No, this was easy to Google. No, wait. This was hard to Google. So our plan is to try and find somebody else. Ooh. Oh, there's nice pictures on Google. This sort of thing, look. K55 Taurus Autogen because I wanted the bipartite graph. I'm not sure that this is a very good way of finding things on Google. If you're better at Google searches than me, then hey. Get all sorts of nice stuff. What is this? Is this it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is. What on earth have they drawn here? I really need to know now. Oh, K8. Nice. So, separate question. This person's answered with a photo. What? Okay, bro. We're in. What is this? Completely connected graph of K8. Completely connected graph. We haven't talked about it at all on this stream, but hey, the notation is like this, and you just join everything together. No crossing the edges. Octagon diagram like this, which again is not the same one that I was just working with. I've become quite suspicious of my octagon model that I had. Quite difficult to actually do this K8 puzzle. So separate puzzle, 8 points but connect everything. So that's 8 choose 2 edges, which is 28, which is slightly more. That's a thread that I'll look at in a second. And then this person has made something amazing. Two objects are identical. The surface of each is divided into 8 regions, each bordering each of the others. Why is that K8? Oh, because then you put points wherever you like within each region. You join ones that are neighbouring via some bit of their boundary. That's probably good enough. It's really pretty. And here's a diagram of it with 8 points on curved edges for some reason. 8 points connected all together. Wow, that is good. They say it isn't beautiful or symmetric. Could be improved. Wow. I don't know. I've never seen models of higher genus things. I suppose, yeah, so the method that we're using here, I prefer this one. Right, okay, I'm going to forget about the octagon model I had a second ago and draw this one, because this is my preferred one to think about, maybe? No, okay, whatever. I don't need to, no. Something we just had was the idea of cutting the corners off. Cutting the corners off and then doing some gluing. No, this is daft. What am I saying? Yeah, if you have a surface and you cut out a little square and you identify this edge with this edge and this edge with this edge, then what you get is a tiny little bit where you have, oh gosh, a tiny little bit that's like a little handle, I think. Because you have this top edge, you've pulled it over there. Maybe not. Maybe this is nonsense. I'm not sure I've done that right. Yeah, you absolutely can, wait. And better at uni because it's done in a sensible order and not just by someone messing around with a whiteboard. I think you can keep doing the same thing. The same thing, I'm not quite sure what the thing is, but the process of going from a donut to a double donut is just kind of like adding an extra handle, and then if you add another handle again in some way. So I think there might be a dodecagon. I guess I'm saying that I think that if I search for dodecagon model of a genus 3 surface, then I'll find something in image search, and it's this. So to answer Herb's question, yes. Yeah, good. Okay, that looks like a YouTube video that we watched earlier, doesn't it? Just opposite sides. Wait, what's Wikipedia going to tell me? You just pair up the opposite sides and everything works. Doesn't sound right, does it? A, B, C, D, E, F. Oh, but in reverse order on the other side. Oh, that'd be nice. Representations. For the 3-dimensional space, these 3 torus, I don't think I will. Oh no. Wikipedia is hard. Reference 7. What does this do? Is this just genus 3? Okay. Tetradecagon. Wait, what? Why are these here? Are these both genus 3 when you fold them up? That doesn't sound very likely. Maybe it is. Here are several things that are equivalent. Weird. Okay. I don't know why they're all green. This is a generally accepted topology colour. All surfaces are green. A, B, C, D, E, F, and then back the other way. Is that what we're doing over here? One more octagon. So this process where you try to make sense of things. A, B, C, D. And then back the other way. So going around this side. someone told me about this as a kind of, if you read around the outside, it says A, B, C, D, A inverse, B inverse, C inverse, D inverse. And this is something to do with the group associated with the surface in a way that I can't remember. There's some way to link together genus from topology with the fundamental group of, what is it? Paths on the surface? Is that cohomology? I don't know the words. Just one more octagon, yeah. One more octagon, and then we'll definitely know what's going on. Right. I think I want to try and imagine what happens when you roll this up, but I don't really think that's going to go very well. How much do I back myself to roll this up? Not a lot. Not a lot. Okay. So if I just naively roll this together, to stick D to D, get rid of the D's, then I'm left with something up here which says A, B, C, and something over here, and it's already some kind of unidentified edges that haven't been joined together yet. D, and then these ones go around this way, and they say C, B, A. And oh gosh, the rest of the surface, where's the rest of the surface after I've done this? This is the kind of holes that are in the surface. Excuse me. The rest of the surface is all rolled up like, okay, I've folded it over. Oh no, don't like this. Don't like this at all. Folded it up, and then, so if these just closed up, then it would be rubbish. If those join together, I think I get a donut. Not convinced by this at all. I think I'm unconvinced. Unconvinced. Good fun. Right, okay, one more octagon before we crack it, and I don't think I've got there. Gluing these things together feels impossible. Trying to draw this big kind of octagon space for after you've rolled it together, and then we saw that mad YouTube video of how to stick the thing together. Yeah, do not feel like I've got a good understanding of how these things join together. Why is that going to be a double donut? Genus 2. Yeah, I don't think I'm being careful enough, which is a big problem for a maths streamer. Big problem for my understanding, anyway. What other stuff did we have going on? Oh yeah, after the break I said I'd show you a cool result that I saw on MathWorld, which is graph genus. So the way this works is you can categorize your graph, like you can categorize your graph by how hard it is to draw it on a surface. We've seen some things where you can't draw it on a flat plane and you have to draw it on a torus instead. And then some graphs that you can't draw on the torus either, which we haven't really explored or drawn or proven anything about, but hey. And you can keep going. There are some graphs that are so bad you need to draw them on something of genus 3, but they have at least 9 vertices. There are some nice results down here, including this lovely fact about the genus of the complete graph and the genus of the complete bipartite graph. Oh, is that a video of a dodecahedron rolling up into a genus 3 thing? That would be very good. Second monitor. The weird thing about my setup is you can see me drag the link from chat to my second monitor because it's right to left. And the right side of my screen isn't identified to the left side, so I have to go that way rather than going sneakily off the edge the other way. What I need is a Toroid dual monitor. Okay, it's YouTube time again. It's by Horrible de Saint-Gervais again. And I'm gonna roll up. Oh, there it is, coming in from the side. Okay, today we've got 12 sides. There are arrows on there. Gosh, I have no idea how they make this. This is brilliant. What software is being used to create this? Okay, it already looks believably like 3 of something, doesn't it? But then why are those? And again, the sequence of the edges here is not the sequence that I was playing with on Myro. I think there are different sequences of these edges that do different things. Maybe giving you different genus 3 surfaces. I'm not being careful enough, which is a problem for a math stream. Yeah. Does anyone else feel like they may have seen where this is going? There's still arrows marked on these. Yeah, there's different genus 2 surfaces. I just saw scrolling past, I just saw the Klein bottle's got genus 2, and that was the point where I thought, I'm not being careful enough here. I don't really know what genus is, I suppose, for non-orientable surfaces. Well, I've only got one thing in mind for genus, and I think it's not correct. I should read that, shouldn't I? That's like the edge of my understanding. I'm going to let this play. I think I can see where it's going. Is it going to do all 3 at the same time? Oh, this is great. We should do YouTube review stuff. We should be one of those live streams where we just watch YouTube videos and review YouTube videos. It's going to do all 3 at the same time. Very good. I enjoy this a lot. I think I read that. Oh, is it gone slow-mo for the last bit? Slow-mo for the last bit. Oh, but then all 3 at the same time. I think that's a very good YouTube video. Thank you for the link. Thank you, Henri Paul de Saint-Gervais on YouTube. Is that the name of an institute or a person? This is in French. Yes. Good. Okay, I think I just saw the thing that I want to understand is maybe not these formulas. The answer, by the way, to Gabriel Rigby's question from a while ago of can you keep going? And the answer is if you have high enough genus, yes, here's the formula for bipartite graph, the thing we've been playing with. So 5 and 5, which gives you 3 divided by 9 divided by 4 is slightly more than 2, and you're supposed to round up. There's a formula like this for colouring problems as well, but whatever. You're supposed to multiply these things together, divide by 4, and then round up. So if you have the graph 3, 3, then you get 1 over 4, and you round up to 1, you need a torus. 4, 4, you get 2 times 2 divided by 4 is 1. You round up to 1, and that says, oh, you can get that on a torus as well. And then 5, 5, it goes to slightly more than 2. Here it is. Wait, what? Oh no, that's the hypercube down here. So yeah. This is tricky, isn't it? They've got values for this one, values for that one, but they haven't listed the values here. I should probably go and have a look at this paper to work out why it's this many. Good, okay. That one looks like it could be a Rickroll. I'm gonna leave that one blue for a bit, I think. I think third one would be the funny one. If it was like donut, double donut, Rickroll, that would be, I think, the right sequence. Okay, pretty sure I just saw on one of these many tabs that I've got open. Oh, there's so many tabs. Yep. Did Wikipedia tell me that? Yeah, Wikipedia tells me the following horrifying fact, which messes with everything I thought I was imagining. Can you see it? There it is. A non-orientable surface of genus 2 is the Klein bottle. So now I don't think I know what genus is. And I'm going to scroll way back up again. So it's, okay. This is a surface. So I'm imagining this to be sort of the surface because I'm only imagining one way to do a connected sum of donuts. Maybe I don't know what a connected sum is. It's this thing about holes and smashing them together, right? Okay, let's read that. Wikipedia rabbit hole, let's go. Join two given manifolds together. Oh no, let's skip that, skip that. Oh no, we're going to have to read about homomorphisms. Okay, let's go. Okay, skim reading to learn from Wikipedia. If they're both oriented, which is everything I've been imagining, because I've been trying to avoid client bottles and stuff, having the gluing map reverse orientation. Okay, so when I drew those circles in different directions, I kind of had some of that. Yeah, okay. Mumble. Subtle problems. I'm going to skip the subtle problems. Okay, yeah, so it's not just true that you stick handles on, which is this thing that we're reading about. Also stick real projective planes on, which I don't want to interact with today. Is there a way to do this for non? Oh my goodness, this is getting much worse. Oh no, it's not theory as well. Back up. So maybe I do have to read about the real projective planes in order to understand non-orientable surfaces. I think that might be inevitable. Time to read about real projective plane. Here we are. So it's got a fundamental polygon where you have a twist on both sides, and this one's hard to imagine because you can't. It doesn't make a cute shape in the same way. I mean, it's not embed. You can't embed it in R3. That's what people say about it anyway. It's like a Mobius strip, but more so because it's got the twists on both sides. It's a stupid thing to say. Yeah, I'm not into that. Okay, yeah, sounds a little pinchy. Not excited. Okay. What are we doing? What are we learning? What are we learning? You can glue some of those in. You can cut a hole, put one of those in if you want to. It doesn't sound like a good idea, but hey. Right, okay, let's go. The maximum number of cuttings along non-intersecting closed simple curves without rendering the resulting manifold disconnected. How much can you chop it up? Well, that is quite a good definition. You can just do it with the Euler characteristic. Oh wait, did that say orientable somewhere in the middle? Yeah, that did say orientable somewhere in the middle. Okay, so I think I understood this. It's just being, you've got genus, you've got Euler characteristics doing something sensible, 2 minus 2 for every handle you add. The handle was like, oh, that's a terrible picture. Sort of Medusa-y green blob. Okay. Genus, sometimes called demi-genus, or Euler genus, because we need to name more things after Euler. Positive integer representing the number of cross caps attached to a sphere. And the genus goes like this. The M characteristic goes like this. So your Euler characteristic is just 2 minus your Euler genus. That's easy peasy. You take your Euler genus, you subtract it from your Euler 2 prime, and you get your Euler genus number. No, you get your Euler characteristic. Yeah, it's just Euler. It's all fine. Good stuff. Now they're calling it non-orientable genus as well. Okay, I think what I've discovered really is that genus means something slightly different for non-orientable surfaces. So maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much. It seems to have a slightly different definition that, from what I've seen so far in this one Wikipedia page, you can sort of separate it into the two kind of separate cases. Yeah. Euler. I loved it. It's so tempting to just click on conformal automorphism group and then think, oh no, I just shouldn't, right? I just shouldn't click on things I'm not going to understand. Okay. I don't understand why there are different things. Oh, maybe these maps that I'm looking at of ways to join things up maybe this map of way to join something up. Oh, okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I've got on the board an octagon. We said it was the last one, so it is the last one. It's got sides identified, and I kind of assumed that if I followed the instructions, that where I got this from, that it was for a genus 2 double donut. But I'm now open to the idea that this is actually a map for how to join something together to make Klein bottle instead. You join D to D, and then you've got these two holes left over. They're kind of triangular shaped. And they're in different directions. This one goes around ABC, and this one goes around ACB. So your challenge to join those two things together to finish off the surface, to match up these edges, is that you want to kind of pull that top one out, but you're going to need to turn it over in a weird way. You kind of turn it inside out before you join it to the other one, to reverse all the arrows. Yeah, reverse all the arrows, and not just by turning it over. Right? Reverse the direction and the orientation. No, none of this makes sense. I'm starting to think you can't join those things together. This is great. I think we're all trying to imagine the twist that you get in a Klein bottle. I think that's possibly what's going on here. I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced. Yeah, I don't totally buy it. Still don't totally buy it. But maybe this is a map for a different genus 2 thing. And when I saw this kind of menu of like, oh, genus 3 things, I thought, oh wow, is that how this works? And maybe this is showing me different. Maybe nobody is claiming that this is the same thing as this. Maybe these are all different things. Subtlety. The way you discover subtlety. Let's try and turn this into a lesson for the wrap up before I go and do something else not on a stream. Lesson. The way you discover subtleties is sometimes that you blunder around, making mistakes because you believe two things to be the same thing, and you keep making mistakes, and it keeps making no sense, and then you realise a kind of underlying subtlety. I don't know, like the reason I keep struggling to put my shoes on in the morning is that they come in left and right varieties, and if I don't notice that, then I'm just going to have a load of bad experiences putting my shoes on until I realise, oh my goodness, they're not like socks at all. They're like mirror images of each other. Left one and the right one is mad. I mean, once you spot that, you can stop making mistakes. But often, like learning stuff works a bit like that as well. That you kind of carry around with you so many baked-in assumptions, like genus 3 only means one thing. Is mine for today. Genus 3 only means one thing, and one way to overcome that is to bumble around with your mistakes, putting your shoes on the wrong way around until you realise it doesn't make any sense. I'm missing something here, which is what I'm trying to do on Twitch, isn't it? Bumble around until I learn something. Thanks for joining in. What's going on? Imagining things joining together is. I think you have alternatives if you learn topology. I'm going to say properly. If you learn topology properly, I think there's alternatives to imagining these things moving through space and joining together. Because embedding them in space is probably a terrible idea anyway. Neutrinos just found out that socks are homeomorphic, so that's good. What is this telling me about here? Oh no, hyperbolic. Ooh. I accidentally moused over some hyperbolic geometry. That's good, isn't it? 168 orientation preserving automorphisms. I know what some of those words mean. Wow, great. Sometimes I leave one of these thinking that I've really learned some maths, and sometimes I remember that there's a lot of maths out there. What have we done today? Drew some cool trousers. We tried to draw a K55 onto a double donut. I'm no longer totally convinced this is a map of a double donut. Where are my arrows? There should be arrows, right? There should be arrows. Oh yeah, we put loads of effort into trying to draw this map of K33 in Desmos, which I've now lost. There it is. I thought maybe this was a productive live stream. We drew this rather nice map of K33 in Desmos. It's so good, I'm going to save it. I still can't log in because I still don't know my password. Got me again. We worried a lot about hexagons and drawing hexagons neatly onto your torus. Turns out that's quite tricky. Hexagons carefully when you're drawing a torus. Ages ago, we had millions of attempts at drawing things with straight lines. Not as much as I thought, actually. Okay, I'm going to have that as a kind of mid-level reasonable success. I talked without actively thinking about it. Rookie mistake, I guess. I've missed some context, I think, but good. Right, okay. Have a good weekend. I will see some of you around for, oh my goodness, we've got so many things going on at the moment. There's all sorts of work stuff. I think I'm back next week. I might try and plan a bit more for next week. Yeah, plan some actual stuff that isn't mad. Good to hang out. See you around. Have a good Sunday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to find out what happened in Formula 1, if anything happened in the Formula 1. In the corner of my eye. It's possible nothing happened. Let's find out. Oh, I do need to watch that video that maybe was or wasn't a rickroll. Take care. Bye. Enjoy the Formula 1 YouTube. Take care.